see a squad from the ACC, the North Carolina Tar Heels, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Tar Heels will kick it away first. He'll bring it out. It's Chubb. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So the Notre Dame Fighting Irish offense heads onto the field for the first possession of this game. Last week was a tape they'd rather just put right in the dumpster and forget about it. There he goes. And a pickup of 8. World of opportunities on 2nd and 2. Kept it on the ground on 1st down, now back to the line. Right back to it. Space downfield. It's a running room. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Irish, after ripping off a huge chunk on the ground, will try to keep Big Mo rolling. The sweet feet buy a little time. Gets the first himself. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
So now it's 2nd and long. They'll send the back in motion. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Quickly complete. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
Yeah, when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receivers got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
Guys, let's take a step back and talk about Notre Dame. They've had a wild year, starting the season at number 1, then the bottom falls out, and they're just hoping they can start to climb back toward the top.
Yeah, it's been hard to right the ship. I mean, taking early losses and then...
And you erase it to the house! Touchdown, Notre Dame!
And how about the wheels for the QB? You could tell, man, he can roll, and they're going to use him. This is just the first drive. You see him going for the touchdown. I imagine we'll see more of that guy running the football with that kind of speed.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So North Carolina's offense will go to work for the first time today. And they are going to be met up front by a defensive line group that is going to make life miserable on the offensive line and the quarterback and this whole offense, David.
And this offense is fully aware of the challenge in front of them. This defensive line is quick, they're physical, they're powerful. They wreck games. They individually take over because of their greatness. It's focal point 1, 2, and 3, Jesse.
They're physical and athletic, and that's the thing that's so dynamic about this position group, right? They stop the run, they get after your...
Oh, he's got some space. The 30, past the 20. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, North Carolina! When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short, and he did the rest of the work.
And he tacked on the extra point. They wasted no time on that drive. Got it on their 25, and 2 plays later, they're in the end zone. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Coming out with it, it's Chubb. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. Looking to throw on first down. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. Notre Dame has made this second down play much more difficult after going backwards. Might be calling a hot route. Second down, he'll throw it. He'll loft one deep down the left side. He's got it on the outside. And that tackle almost certainly saved a touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain. He picked up a big chunk of yardage there, and there will be Irish jigs going in the stands.
Yeah, and a lot of excitement. If they can find these down-the-field explosive plays and find a wide receiver out there they can depend on, this offense can really explode and take off to a new level.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
This one's complete. Boy, that was a precision play all the way around. Throw, catch, tackle, bang, bang, bang. Wants to throw again. That's caught. It's Chubb. He did not make it a stone wall on third down.
Now, fourth down.
On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Convert to fourth down, and he's still going. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. Notre Dame ready to go back to work with another first down. To the air on first down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
This defensive coaching staff, they love their secondary, and they love the matchups they have. They believe they've got 5 guys at least back there that can cover one-on-one. You saw a great example of it there on third down, forcing the incompletion.
Second and 10, he'll throw again. Dumps it to the back. Picked off, that's number 15 on the year.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Off the play fake on first down. Put it where only his man could get it and gave him enough room to get the foot down. Starting this drive like that is exactly what they had hoped for. Now first and 10 from the 40. Looking downfield on first down. A little release to the back. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. And now on second down for this offense. Back to pass. Bringing the heat. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Quickly complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. And the Tar Heels line up to punt it away. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. He'll field the punt and take it back. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. Here come the Irish back on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win it, David. They've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the...
Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Fires to the right. Snares it outside. It's Winton. Out of bounds right at the 20-yard line. Edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on the score. Wants to go up top on first down. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Caught. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. The Tar Heels in a good spot here with second and short. Headed to the end zone, and he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Tar Heels. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Guys, we've reached the end of the period, and North Carolina's on top. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. That's caught. It's Kendricks. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. Notre Dame trying to keep this drive moving on second and short. He'll do it himself. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be third and short. He wants to change this route. Looking to throw, it's Bird. Caught close to the marker. It's Chop. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
Well, in that down and distance, the quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the first.
Notre Dame lines up quickly. Going to swing it on second down. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Trying to make magic with his feet. He'll step out of bounds just short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49 after a good pickup on that play. Looking to throw on first down. Here's a heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
Well, you see them there taking the shot. I think the thought process is look, we've had so much success early in this game running the football. Let's see if we can now take advantage of the defense throwing the ball over their heads. They're going to be expecting run. Safeties and linebackers are all going to be playing downhill trying to stop that. If we get the one-on-one opportunities to the outside, we have got to take shots. That one fell incomplete, but they should keep trying this as the game goes on.
And they'll mark this one at the 15-yard line. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Pocket breaking down. And down he goes, trying to pick his way free, but the defense stops him behind the line.
You know, one of the tricky parts with play action for a quarterback is that when you turn your back to the defense to sell the play fake, you have no idea what's going on behind you. You don't know what the coverage has become, and you don't know which D linemen have.
He hurls one deep down the left side. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. That is exactly what you want to do with the football. He's got it all the way down to the 15-yard line. The entire complexion of this possession changed on that one play. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 20. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. From the shotgun, the inside give. He's brought down just running hard in the red zone, and he'll be just a few inches short. Well, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. And the Tar Heels are rolling down the field. Use the play fake, now to throw. Touchdown, UNC! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Yeah, I love the little play-action fake. It's, you get inside the 5, you're thinking run as a defense, come up, be physical, and they slip those guys right behind you, throw it over the top of you. Man, those are tough to defend. Nice little play action by this offense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 25 clash today. Texas is trailing, but they are within striking distance. Kind of like when Major Applewhite turned a huge deficit in the 2001 Holiday Bowl into a win. Maybe today is deja vu. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Arkansas.
Looking to throw, it's Burr. Lofts one high and deep. Snags it up at 30, still running. And they'll bring him down after the long completion, a chunk play for the offense. Notre Dame right back to the line. Quarterback may change this route. Wants to throw on 1st down. Blasted as he lets it go. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Wide receiver going in motion. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions. You've given up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
That's why as a defense, you feel okay playing man coverage on 3rd down, because you know you've got linebackers and you've got players on your defense that can cover these dangerous running backs mano-a-mano. Nice job tackling in the open field.
And 4th and inches, you know what's coming. You know they're going to run the quarterback sneak, but it's one of the hardest plays in football to stop. You got to find a way to dive from the defensive line spot and stop the feet of the quarterback, and they couldn't do it. And listen, they only needed inches. That's what makes it so difficult to stop.
Man, this defense has their hands full today, because not only do they have to worry about the running backs, and not only do they have to worry about the passing game, they've got to worry about this quarterback running the football because of plays like that. Not a huge explosive play, but he showed you the athleticism, and he showed you he has the ability to hurt you with his legs.
They've started a pretty good drive. This will be the 7th play, but they need to convert 3rd and 5. Looking for a man. It's Burr. Right down the middle. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
And this offense now, it's decision time. Man, they've put a nice drive together. You want to walk away with points, but how aggressive do you want to be? Do you want to take this field goal, or do you want to try to...
He's got it. 1st down and more. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be 1st and goal from the 1. That might seem like a risky call to go for it on 4th down there, but you can't just hand the defense a win in that spot, David.
No, and when you go back and you look at games, a lot of times those field goals get you beat. And this offense is like, forget that, we're going to be aggressive. And because...
Into the end zone he goes.
One thing you know about this team is they've got a lot of fight in them, and that's a great job responding by the offense on that last drive, capping it off with a really good-looking touchdown run. This is now a one-possession game. We've got a lot of football left to play.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Fielded in the end zone, it's McCray. Not nearly as much as he had hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Makes the catch. It's Traore. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. The Tar Heels can really attack on this second and short. Going deep. Makes the catch on the left. Turning on the Jets. And he... from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, North Carolina.
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a two-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And, David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Looking downfield, it's Burr. Quick completion on the out route. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Here comes the heat. Picked off to stop the threat. Taking it the other way. They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is. That is a tough one to take. They had the interception, but it's taken away by the pass interference penalty. As a defense, you hate to let them move the chains on a penalty, but that's what they did. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Throw to the end zone, picked off.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Shut down in the backfield again, and that might do it here in the half. And what a way for this defense to wind up the quarter. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Notre Dame will kick it off to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback, Ben. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Caught in the backfield, it's Traore. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys are on the move. And the Tar Heels have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
All right, this offense needs to come up with a solution for this defensive end because he is a problem. They have got to find a way to help out the offensive tackle, prevent this guy from getting to the quarterback.
Setting up the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for. They get him on the ground after the turnover, but there is a flag on the field, and we'll see if that will be a reprieve for this offense. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. Back to throw, it's Spur. Gets it to the back. He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain. It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. They'll run the toss. Got enough for the 1st, and he's still going. Breaks into the open. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds. Notre Dame will come to the line after that huge gain and try to keep the momentum going. The pull and throw off the RPO. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. They are really clicking along, 1st and goal on just the 4th play of the drive. Trying to barrel in. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip into the secondary and you can make that big play.
The North Carolina offense returns to the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions, but I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
1st down here for the offense. The give to the lone running back. Got the 1st down and still on his feet. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another 1st down. Nice move to keep running. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back.
Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. They've got it at the 36 on 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting damn close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. The Tar Heels come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. He'll pull it on the read. They got 0 push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield. This kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Right down the boulevard. It's good. And that lead grows even bigger.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here come the Irish back on offense. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now and you score so quickly, it's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being aggressive.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. He lobs one high down the left side. It's caught. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Going to look downfield again. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
That's another example of just really good football. This is why they've built the lead here in the second half. Nice job pressuring the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, coming into somebody else's building and keeping it really, really quiet.
And he's brought down after a nice gain. This Notre Dame offense carving it up. They're working with another first down. To the air, it's Burr. Fires to the tight end. He goes out of bounds right at the 15-yard line. They flexed out that tight end a little bit, and you know the tight end's always open.
Always open. Quarterback's best friend. And this guy's a problem, Reese. He's a matchup problem because he's too big for DBs to cover, and he's too fast for linebackers to cover. He's showing you his athleticism.
Knocked down after a short game, but enough to move those chains. The Irish relying on the running game to give them this fresh set of downs. Quarterback extends the play. Touchdown, Notre Dame! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Boy, it didn't look pretty at first, but it wound up being most effective.
And that's the problem with these guys. These quarterbacks, it's not the first play you have to play. You have to play the second play, the third play, because they just keep extending it and making plays. And then next thing you know, you look up, and the dude's hitting his head on the goalpost.
He'll bring it out. It's McCray. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. You got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Offense breaks the huddle. It's third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Gets away. Got rid of it just in time. It's incomplete, and we'll change ends of the field now. Guys, we've reached the end of the period, and North Carolina's on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. And the Tar Heels will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt and looking for daylight. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. How about that last drive quarterback just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Notre Dame has made this second down play much more difficult after going backwards. Tight end now in motion. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time.
Delay of game. Offense.
That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just... brain lock and lost track of the play clock. And here comes the offense on second down. Dropping back, it's Burr. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Snags it. Touchdown, Irish. They move on top here in the fourth.
Yeah, and a nice job in the fourth quarter making plays, and a nice job being on the same page. QB, receiver. You can tell he broke with the football. He caught it in stride, gets into the end zone. Nice pitch and catch right there. Nice chemistry by the QB and wide receiver.
From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Finds his man, it's Quinton. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark. Behind the chains now on second and long. Finds his tight end. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on first down. Pass completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Tar Heels can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Pulls it and fires to the left. These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. To the ground to try to pick up the first. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Back to throw, it's Best. Fires to the wideout. Oh, it's picked off. What a bad time for a mistake like that. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Here come the Irish back on offense. The give, and tick, 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 tick. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll run play action. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They'll try to pick up this 3rd down and keep the drive moving close to midfield. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Chop. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. Hoping to move the chains, here comes Notre Dame on 4th. The offense changing the play. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Big tight end makes the grab, it's a first down. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
That was such a risky call. With the lead late in the game, to go for it on 4th down, that could have been disaster if they don't get it. But with the conversion, now the question, is that enough to ice this thing and win the game?
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that.